Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long-range weather forecast discussion for January 6th to the 18th. First, I want to talk about the MJO. It's stalled here in phase 7. This indicates that the pattern will remain in place. And this will be generally expecting, let's see if I have to go back here, 6 to the 10. That we're expecting here a trough over the Eastern Pacific, and we have above normal heights with a zone of flow across much of the nation. And here's our Caribbean ridge over here. That will remain in place. Now, one of the things that may start to change is over the Eastern Pacific and Northeast Asia, and I don't have the graphic up, but the upper trough moving through Northeast Asia early next week is expected to strengthen across the Northern Pacific, moving towards the Aleutians, and this can force a ridge development in week 2, probably strengthen more in week 3 and 4, which can lead to a more amplified pattern later in the month, and allow for some cold to come in. So, like I said, this is for the 6th and the 10th. So this pattern remains in place. So this is what I'm forecasting the pattern to look like. Now, on the other hand, we have a system that'll be the Northwest will be experiencing unsettled weather, and we're going to go back here, and you can see here's our first system moving into the Northwest. This is the European deterministics. And some of this moisture will extend into the Rockies. And then here comes the next one. And then another one. And then a stronger one, moving more into California. So I think the areas across the Northwest will see the heaviest precipitation totals, and they could be approaching 5 to 10 inches in some places. So that's the European deterministics. This is GFS. Just going through here, they're similar. And then this is the, okay, I already showed the European. Okay, now we're going to look at the period for January 9th to the 13th. And the flow remains the same. We have a trough over the Eastern Pacific, ridge here with above normal heights. Above normal heights here with our subtropical ridge across the Caribbean. Miles of good agreement. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures again for much of the nation, and I'm forecasting anomalies of 6 degrees or more. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here, and the probability of occurrence 35 to 45%, and then below normal precipitation here, and for the southeast, the probability of occurrence is 40%. Now we go into the period for January 14th to the 18th. And again, the pattern remains pretty much the same. You can see here, bring it back. But one thing to note, and I don't know if the European ensembles is showing something that a change might be coming. Let me go forward in time. Showing a trough here in the Mississippi Valley. But still a west-southwest flow here in the eastern U.S. And as long as we have this west-southwest flow, it's hard to get any cold or snow here. So for this forecast period, I am forecasting, again, above normal temperatures for much of the nation, but the anomalies are not as high, with 4 degrees above normal. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. And for the southeast, the probability of occurrence 35 to 40%. And then we have above normal precipitation forecast for this region here. Probability of occurrence is 45%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for January 6th to the 18th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.